This is Morten from Inkish, and I have the pleasure. I'm actually not in a living room. I'm still at Drupa, and I have the great pleasure of talking to Sabine, right?
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Sabine, you are the marketing director of a German company called Poco.
Yes.
Maybe let's talk about, just for a few seconds, what is Poco and what do you do?
Poco is necessary for the German inhabitants because we offer everything you need if you build your home, and you can make the renovation and the furnishing right with us. So it's a one-stop solution in the discount segment, so everybody can join us and everybody will get out more happy than he comes in.
That is a good tagline,
Yes.
right? Yeah. So I was just wondering, because I mean, when you are in a space where you sell like physical products like furnitures and refurbishment and all these kind of things, isn't a lot of that going online these days?
Yes, it is, and there's a transformation going on. But since we are located in discount, the transformation with us is at a slower pace than you would expect in an innovative, modern tech company. So what we are doing is we're slowly transforming, because we love print, we believe in print, and we see that it works for us. It works very well.
If you look at this beautiful living room here, right? Actually, the wallpaper is printed, the photos are printed, the art is printed, even the stickers are printed, and even the candy, the sweets is printed, right? And you have a magazine that is printed. Is the table also printed?
The table is partly printed. If you can see here, we do have the board game here, and have these things are printed in 3D, so you can see they're very haptical.
Yeah.
It's nice too.
So what we see here is maybe, because when people talk about that printing is dying, is maybe not the right thing to say, because it's more like changing, right?
It's changing, or people let print die because they do not see the beauty in it, and they do not see the function of it.
Yeah.
So we still have a circulation of leaflet, which is in the vast millions a week, and we still live on that. Yeah. That's how we make our money, and that's how we drive people in our stores. Yeah. And then we also have all the little transformating things. So we see, of course, we do need digital approaches, and we are doing these also with print, programmatic print. And then we have the fun area, which is wallpaper, and which is drawer inlays, and which is, did you see the coffee spill we have? So you don't have to do that every morning. You can just use the same spill every day.
And even though it looks like my table, because it has the charger and it has the magazines, and it's, I think that coffee, that must be with caramel, right?
Definitely. That's the extra sugar that we add to everything we do.
Fantastic. So we are obviously here at Canon's booth, and you are here today and also one time next week. What is it that you do together with Canon?
Canon helps us reach the reach that we lose because distribution is getting more complicated every day. Germany lost one of the large distributors for leaflets in April this year, so that gives us the challenge to still get in contact with our customers. And Canon is, due to the people, due to the technology, able to help us fill that gap. So what we're doing is, we don't just put another mass marketing communication there. We do it a little bit smarter and a little bit more innovative. We chose programmatic approaches.
And that, when you say programmatic approach, that basically means that you use data to target audience in a way more segmented way than you have done in let's say, in mass communication, for example, right?
We have two approaches. One is a regional approach. So we say we do know where our leaflets don't reach anybody anymore. So we go specifically in these areas. And the second approach is on a persona-based thing, that we do know that we have certain times of customers who like Poco and who buy our products. And so we offer them specific products that we know that they do like, or that just need or help them fulfill their needs.
And I mean, because I mean, there's a lot of people that think that 2008, 2009 was, of course, there was a financial crisis, but a lot of people think that was like the changing moment of the printing industry. I see it more like that was the time where you had like 50% of the world became internet citizens, right? So I remember people say that there will be paperless office and there will be all these kind of funny things, right? And I think that the intentions might have been good, but the reality is always a little bit more complicated, right? But the reason I'm asking about this is just because a company like yours, why are you not just using the internet and electronic communication?
Oh, we do.
Not only, right?
Not only.
Yeah.
What we don't do, we don't challenge them on a KO basis. So we don't say it's either that or this. What we're trying to do is find a smart way to align all our channels so that the sum of each channel is more in the end, so that we just gain reach, that we gain a more specific approach to communicate, because that's what print does for us. It communicates, and it does it in a very funny way that you don't expect. So I would never say that you just need one of these things, but you do need to combine them in a smarter way than you used to in 2008.
And that was exactly the reason why I was asking this question, because I mean, everybody talks about the Omni Channel, but you're basically doing it. So you have different ways of making it attractive for people to reach out to you, because the moment that you have people in a database where they have given their consent, now you can start using both electronic and printed pieces in a totally different way, right? Yeah. And I guess that is the, let's say, the programmatic element of it, is to make sure that you can become friends with your customers and have loyalty clubs and have all these kind of things that basically get you to know more about consumer behaviors.
So true. And that is even more true for the customers that we already have. And then we have another specific class of customers, though, that we want to have, those that don't yet come to Poco, and we think they're missing out on something. So the task of communication is to get our customers satisfied and to gain new customers. And we like to use lots of channels to do that. Of course, digital channels, we do not need to talk about that. That's state of the art and everybody does that. But we still believe that print offers options, because you can touch it, because it's there and it might stay there. If you have a magazine like this, you don't just have it on your screen and then you swipe once like Tinder and it's gone. It might lie there, and it might lie there even longer if you're not, the person that tidies up every day.
So when you do a magazine like this, can you even personalize this so it goes into?
We could.
Yeah.
We could.
Yeah.
We're not doing that right now,
Okay.
because the circulation is very high.
Okay.
It's 400,000.
Okay. So there's a cost to it,
copies.
of course. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But we can, and we're doing something like it in a individualized. If we do open new stores, then we offer our customers that they get one of. It's a magazine like this, a little more people-based, with their photo on top of it, and of course personalized. So it's the big Poco opening, and Morten was there.
The ever returning question, I guess, that you also hear, maybe even from your colleagues in the management, is like, this is way more expensive than the traditional ways. Is that true, or?
It is true. It is true. But then old habits need to be broken sometimes. And mass communication was so very convenient. You could be just a lazy manager and still get through, and these times are gone.
I take also, the reason I'm asking is because, I mean, maybe sometimes when we talk about marketing, maybe the real answer is not that it's more expensive, but it is more valuable, right? Because I guess that the return that you experience on this probably gives you a reason to continue developing also the relationship with Canon. I guess that you push each other a little bit in the right direction of trying new things, right?
That's true, and I think you will look upon these expensive not in a way of comparing. That's why I said in the beginning, we try not to challenge things in a basis that you die and you live. What we're trying to do is we see what helps us approach the goal that we have, and the goal is sales. Like for Canon, for us, it's always the same if you work in economics. And our idea is just that even if the cost per thousand might be higher, if what you can achieve with it is equal or better, then of course we spend it, and the result will be a massive shift in budget channels and the balances in the budget.
Yeah, and I guess that I guarantee that you probably also have numbers of your investment, so you know how valuable it is, right?
Yes.
So is there like a direct return on investment in when it comes to measuring the value of using programmatic print like this?
There is. a significantly higher return if you have a call to action on your programmatic print. You chose your addresses wisely. That is core number one. If you don't do that, then it's just wasted. And core number two is that what you communicate is interesting for the recipient. And if you do this well, then it's our experience that of course the return is 10 times, 20 times higher than if you just have an unaddressed mass leaflet. So what you need to compare is those numbers. If you say 10 programmatic prints equal in response 1,000 catalogs, then those are the costs that you have to compare.
Last round of questions, Sabine. I was just thinking because obviously you want to sell what Poco is selling, right? Canon, they want to sell printing machines.
Yes.
But somewhere in between there need to be some service providers, print service providers that can help people like yourself to do this. What is your experience? Are the PSPs and the people that do this type of print, are they in the market now? Are they? I mean, or is it still early days? Or
the people are there. It's important if the mind is there too. So what we do need is some kind of middleware, because what we don't need is stress on our workloads. We will not get any FTEs for fancy wallpapers in stores. What we will get is FTEs for more return. So what we need is agencies that just help us place communication in the channels and get that with very, very lean processes. And we think that the startup that we found via Canon, Outlay, does this for us with programmatic print, but we still think if you want to do this on a big scale, let's say 1 million or 1.5 million copies a week, then of course you do need agencies. And I hope they're out there, and I hope they do understand that this is a large business that is growing. If they understand that they have to help people like us who try to sell get efficient processes with not the idea of I don't know, revolutionizing all their media spends, but just transforming them slowly into a world that is more qualified, uses less paper, and gets a better communication with the customer.
20 years ago, you would never thought that you would start talking about print this way, would you?
No.
Isn't it just amazing?
But on the other side, I'm so happy that I still do talk about print, because there are a lot of companies in Germany that don't. So for Poco, I can say it does work, and it does hold a lot of value, and it is transforming, and what a great journey.
The last thing, and I can't remember why, but we had to talk about some postcards.
Yes, I would like to show you one. This is one
As I would say in German, Gott sei Dank that you remember.
Oh my God, I'm so grateful. See, this is personalized.
Yes.
And we are inviting Grimbert, specific name obviously, that we are celebrating our 35th birthday, looking younger than ever, of course.
Of course.
And that we're inviting...
Like all of us, right?
Yes, definitely. And that we're inviting him to join the party. And then, oh yeah, this is...
I just put my finger here. Yeah.
And then you can see that we have...
so that's like a special offer?
For him.
Specifically made for him?
Yes.
So that is based on, let's say, purchasing...
whatever is his receipt, this is this is for Alfonso's.
Okay. So is that because a similar profile customer used to buy this kind of sofa, or is it because he has been looking at, or how do you actually make these kind of...
The second thing you're saying, looking on the website and then getting the offer, not yet, but hopefully soon. But this is something that we know, for instance, if you buy 70 square meters of flooring, then we can expect that you are renovating, and we can offer you paint for the walls, and we can offer you a carpet, even a new couch if you would like to try. So we do have our experiences where renovation starts, what follows next, and we can make suggestions. And
you sent out 11,000 of these, right?
I think so, yes, twice.
And what was the return?
The return was, compared to what we have in the mass leaflet, I think it was 20, 30 times better on the return. But then remember, we have to compare the full cost, the overall cost. It's still efficient for what we're doing, but one thing is this offers 3 articles, the leaflet 140. So this is some work we still have to do. Probably in the leaflet there are 125 articles that the person is not looking at.
Yeah.
We still have to find out how we solve this problem. So this is a challenge for us, and we're getting there.
But as we said in the beginning, not all has to be so easy, right? Sometimes we have to get up tomorrow and get new things, right?
Right.
Sabine, nice talking to you.
It was a pleasure meeting you.
Likewise. Take care. And all
Thank
the best with Poco.
Yeah, thank you very much.